And now, the Guru.
Welcome back to the Compressor Guru. Today we have an odd job. We're not actually fixing anything, but we have a compressor here that went through a fire at a sawmill. And about 2 weeks before the fire, me and my cohort went out and did a valve job on this. And there's $1,700 worth of valves in here that the customer, we're going to pull them out, put them on the shelf, and we're going to sell them, and then we're going to pay the customer for some used valves. Unfortunately, they are used now, but they are almost new. And my cohort, we're going to introduce him today. This is the first time we're going to have him here on camera. And his name is Preston. Now, that's a mouthful. So I call him Presto, or I Buck Snort, or I like Buck Snot myself. And, you know, now I see in other videos where these, Izzy Swan, I like his videos. And I see Izzy Swan just got this nice looking young lady to help him with his videos. Well, evidently we're going for the young lady demographic instead of the dirty old man demographic. So we have Preston. Preston, would you like to get in front of the camera? Come over here. And Preston is in training to be my tech, and he is a young guy compared to us. But he went. Tell us about your education. You went to school for
automotive technology management.
Okay.
To Penn College in Williamsport. Got my associate's degree. Got some experience working in the automotive field. Worked for a Chrysler dealer. Worked for a Ford dealer. Spent enough time doing that. So, time to learn something else.
Okay, well, that's what we're doing. So we're going to have Preston tear this apart under the tutelage of the Guru. And we're going to...
Tutelage.
Tutelage.
That's quite a word.
That's the word of the day, tutelage.
And what does tutelage mean?
You're going to learn. But we're going to tear this down. We're going to save the good parts. And for grins and giggles, we're going to see if the pistons melted on the one side where the heat was really hot. Preston, go at it. I think first thing you're going to want to do is get that thing out of your way. That wasn't so bad. I thought it might be tighter. And we go with the fast forward.
We also have an audience member with us today. We did a video with him before, and that's Johnny. So if you hear somebody else talking in the background, it's Johnny.
Here, I'll toss that up. Okay.
So folks, today we have a special guest in the audience. This is Johnny Schuster. Johnny's a good friend of ours. Say hi, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
We did an interview with Johnny before, but it might be on the...
It's on our channel.
Oh, it's on the Guru.
Yep.
Because Johnny is a pretty decorated war hero.
And a sweetheart of a guy.
And a biker.
Oh,
Yeah, CRS.
Yeah. Okay. He's been lots of places he can't remember.
So, Preston, when we tear this apart, you worked with me putting this together. What's the first thing we do when we tear a valve cover off on a Quincy? We break our nuts loose. These are the valve adjustment screws, and we loosen them before we take the valve plate off because these are too hard to loosen up when you don't have them bolted down.
What happened to this compressor?
Well, the insurance inspector seems to think that the sawdust pile spontaneously combusted
Oh, at a sawmill.
at a sawmill, and the sawmill burned right to the ground. And basically, almost everything went to the junk pile. This is one of the few things they were able to save that might have some good parts in. Maybe it's not.
Your patch right here.
Oh, okay. So, take the lock nut loose and you can buzz the nut bolts out.
Doesn't it do your heart good when a young guy has to work at it like
He
that?
did that and I didn't even hurt.
Who's heart? I'm the one that had heart surgery, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. You did. You did have
Remember the
open heart
zipper club.
surgery.
I'm a member of the Zipper Club, remember?
So, while he's loosening these, I'm going to ask the question. Do you guys have a suggestion as to what we should call him? Presto? You know, the guru in Presto? Kind of has a little bit of ring to it. Or,
Is that like Bullwinkle and Rocky?
yeah,
You want me to buzz these out with the impact, you said?
he can.
Is that okay?
That's why I thought I'd get one. I already got the proper size socket out for you. So,
Let's see.
anyway,
That one then, huh?
the challenge is on. And when somebody puts up what we're gonna handle this guy as, we'll pin it at the top of the column and we will give you great credit for giving Preston a nickname, a road name. We're bikers, and bikers don't get to pick their own road name.
Presto the Magnificent.
Well, he's not, I wouldn't say yet. You gotta push the button in, it's brand new. Holy. There you go. That's all you need. They don't have to come all the way out, just,
Oh.
okay. Really?
Brand new, popped right out.
Well, you don't have it on the hole. Okay.
Why aren't we taking him the whole way out?
Spin that one off. Get you a. Oh, I've already got it for you. It's there.
Ow. Careful on this, these are a little sharp.
Yep.
Just a minute, you are awfully close to a close-up view here. Yes,
That's aluminum. And
aluminum.
obviously, it got pretty hot. And that's heading to the junk pile. Got this one loose?
Oh, you
Oh. I brought you most wrenches that you should need.
It's like a smorgasbord.
So me and Preston went out and rebuilt the valves in this on probably one of the hottest days of the year.
Oh, buddy.
And,
Yeah, that was a warm one.
yep. And this machine was supposed to come in for a total rebuild. We were gonna bring it back in here in August and, do the rings and fix the bearings, and usually they'll just hammer loose. There you go. No.
I saw it starting to move. Preston. No, I did not see it start to move.
Just go grab another one of them pipe wrenches off of the
You
wall
can,
over there.
if you want.
Just gotta get it.
Oh,
Then you don't need my chain wrench.
Oh, pipe wrench.
no, but I never get to use battery tools like that.
Is that what these are supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
one's gonna be
booger
a little
one.
tricky. Get a wrench for
We use the best stuff here.
This is some pretty nice stuff.
Oh, it's boogered.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty too.
Okay.
Roll right over. Not sure if it got melted or ground or what happened.
Who knows? And do not throw that one in the bucket. That goes in garbage.
Yeah, no, that's true. Any order you want these off in?
Doesn't matter. Start popping them out. You got her, dude. Now this is one of the ones we had a problem with a pumping issue, and this is a used valve we threw back in temporarily. So, okay, keep going. Remember, that's possibly difficult working it out with screwdrivers.
Yeah, I mean, just looking for something like here to pry with.
There's not to pry with, but to pick up with. That's it. Make
There
your
it
face
is.
the right way.
Right, you gotta hold your tongue just right.
Oh, I'm sorry I wasn't zeroed in on your face. I was worried about the machinery.
Okay, and that's the other used one. Every other valve in there's a new valve.
The chosen one. He could be the chosen
I
one.
did call him that.
You
earlier.
did.
That's the chosen one. Folks, that's close-up time. This is how bad the rings were in this machine and why it was coming in for a rebuild. Look at this was a brand new valve that only
Hold it
has
still.
a couple weeks.
You want me to see the side of it? You
Pumping
should show
on
me
it.
the side. Thank you. Ah, now what are you showing me on there?
This carbon buildup.
That grit.
That's how much oil that machine was putting through. This was a brand new valve and only has about 3 weeks on it.
Wow.
And it was a nice shiny, it was closer to that color, everything, and bright when we put it in.
I like that view I just had. I could see yours up close, and I could see Presto taking that one out of the machine. How does the other one look? Don't put them too close to the camera. Oh. Okay.
And you can smell the burnt oil on them.
Well, yeah, it didn't help that it sat next to a building that burned down either.
Yeah. So these plain nose up and those are perfectly good valves to get somebody out of jail.
Somebody out of jail?
Yeah, you never know when people go to jail.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You can see the difference. So you can see the difference between the carbon on the discharge valve, which is hotter, and this one, because the air goes past this valve into the piston, and when it comes back up, it goes through the discharge valve. And you can see there's not nearly the amount of carbon or heat damage to this valve. It's still very dirty for only being in for 3 weeks or so.
Fires will do that.
Well, this thing was pushing a lot of oil. So Preston's tearing this side apart now. This is going to be the interesting side. And like I said, we're not going to fix anything. We're just salvaging parts. But I think we're interested enough to take this down, not just for the parts, but I want to see if the low pressure piston melted on this side, because there was aluminum here. There was aluminum there. And
I'm wondering, that's aluminum.
Yes,
Okay.
that is correct.
Just making sure. It's not some weird metal that you've never heard of before. It's actual
Aluminum.
aluminum.
Regardless of where you put the M and the N, we know what it is.
Right.
yeah. So this is Preston's last episode. Anyway, I'm anxious to see if the piston's melted. We're going to do our salvage work. We're going to see if the piston's melted. And even if they didn't melt, we don't trust the crankshaft. We'll show you a picture of that. The crankshaft was right next to the fire and was very hot. And we don't trust the crank. I wouldn't trust the cylinders on this side. There's just a lot of scrap in this machine. But with the valves that we're salvaging, he's going to get a lot more money out of this than if he just took it to the scrapyard and had junk price paid. And why do we break the lock nuts and nuts loose here?
It's easier to do it with them still installed on the machine.
That's right.
So then you don't have to try and hold the plate. Watch your elbow.
The young guru is learning, but he still hits his
There's
elbows and fingers.
He's got a long way to reach guru status.
Alright.
Well, I don't know. They called Luke Skywalker the young Jedi for a while before he was really...
You want to be a Jedi? How about Jedi wannabe?
More like a Jar Jar Binks. What's going on? What did that?
to save those. We're going to toss them. I do not trust what the heat has done to this iron.
When you say you're going to toss them, you mean you're recycling them.
Yep, you're going to toss them in the scrap iron bin.
You want me to look at that stuff that you have in your hands there? You don't have to come closer. You can stay there. I can do it this way. It's actually easier for me. So I got that one.
And that is brass. I will tap it, see if it comes out or if it's seized in there. That's an unloader piston.
Oh, it looks brass in that one.
Yeah, this one's a bit discolored. So go ahead and watch him.
It sounds like Preston is doing something exciting over here. I even hear the geese flying over.
The idea of,
Well, that's wrong.
what's that?
That, while he's doing the same thing all over again. Go back.
No, I just readjusted this.
There's a red O-ring that's embedded in this when these are built. The red O-rings burned out of both of these. So these are nothing more than scrap brass now. And they'll go in the brass bucket. Don't you go pipe wrenching my super chromes.
Yeah.
I got old wrenches if you want to beat on them. And you don't have to take them out. We're gonna scrap the entire valve cover, so I'm not gonna put them on another machine and risk them breaking. What in the heck take those?
I can't get a socket on them because somebody put a pipe wrench on the bolt and
You
screwed
want a
the
different
corners
size
up.
socket? You want a different size socket?
No, I'm good.
It's like watching my father and my brother at this age.
Like,
Okay,
that's what I just said 3 times.
I'll put this away since you're done with it.
Let's get rid of all these since these are junk.
Okay, the green barrel over there, just toss them all in the green barrel.
Where's my kid? This is normally where she picks everything up.
While you're tossing. Go.
That was noisy.
Sure was. I'll tell you, that was hot. That bent the bolt over as it heated. Look how that bolt bent over from the heat.
Wow. Wait, you moved it up and I didn't. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if it made it easier for you to take that cover off or.
I mean, essentially, yeah, it gives me something to hang on to. So I can
You probably don't need that hammer.
Nope. Oh, so we get these ones out.
Don't drop all your pins this time.
Yeah, let's try not to do that, huh? There you go.
Once again, that was a brand new valve. And in a machine that is in very rough shape. We're going to tear that one apart and see if we're discolored.
That doesn't look so bad.
No, we'll tear these apart and see what the disc look like, and it might be saleable, we don't know. I have editing. You can cough. What happened there? Did that? That's wild.
Burn up.
Stay.
That almost looks like that. This is copper. That's a copper gasket. And this is the steel. And it almost looks like it was slag holding that together. I really have to question how much of this is. This was a brand new valve, nice and shiny silver steel. What's that one look like?
Not bad.
Look at the, if you can see in there to the valve disc, there's literally
Tilt it toward me.
liquid oil
Okay, now just hold
on the
still.
valve.
I don't think that's good.
That's why we're tearing this apart on
Ah.
camera.
Okay. This
See a
angle.
hole at the edge of the, see the edge of the,
Yeah,
see that down in there?
yeah.
That's the hole you're looking for, is way down in there. Not the big opening, that one that's all beat up, it looks like a punch made that hole.
Right there is what we're looking at.
That guy down in there.
I see. Which one? This one here?
This one right here. See that oil on the bottom?
I
can
do.
see it. That's totally unacceptable. That's why it was coming in for a ring job when,
And this one appears dry.
well, that one is that half moon
Yeah,
that you see there, that's the hole where the piston's down in.
I see. But this one is oil. How about this one?
This one's oily too, but doesn't have as much of the high pressure side. And there's some damage down next to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this one's discolored from the heat that was on it, and I do not trust this valve even though it was brand new, because if it was hot enough to change the color of the steel, I'm not sure if we put that in how long the valve disc would last beating out against the seat on this.
Yeah, but it doesn't look too bad. It's just got that color to it.
Yeah, that color means it's lost some temper.
Just in case you guys are wondering, those are the same thing, color and Keller.
And this is Preston's last episode, as we said.
Wait till we come up with a... And what are you doing?
No idea how hard it is back here. The Keller. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is, that was part of the
On the
valve,
floor.
but this doesn't look too bad, but with this being so hot, I'm afraid the valve disc might wear this instead of the valve disc the way it's supposed to. So
Thank you.
we are, this, because of that discoloration, this one is going in the scrap pile.
Okay. Sometimes the guru thinks I'm as tall as him. And if he turns it so he sees it well, he thinks the camera does too. This is the camera wife's last episode also.
What the other valve look like? I don't see as much color change on this one, but this is interesting because I don't care if this section got hot on this valve. This is just a spacer and place for the spring to run. The part that wears in this is the lower part of this valve. And I'll tear it apart, we'll do an inspection, and we may do a follow-up episode to this and let you know just how many valves were saleable, and these will be for sale at a very reasonable discount price. Preston, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
This is his last episode after his remarks. So,
It's been a pleasure.
well, this is the end of the salvage operation. We're gonna inspect all the valves, put them up for sale. Between the oil coming out of the cylinders that we could find and the low pressure pistons on each side, we're not tearing it down anymore. We're just gonna load it up and take it to G&G scrapyard. They're friends of ours and they pay good prices, and so we'll go to G&G in Osceola, and we'll put the rest of
Osceola Mills, Pennsylvania?
Oh, we don't have them all out. We're still too short. Osceola Mills, Pennsylvania. G&G scrapyard.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Compressor Guru. Please hit like and subscribe and use the notify bell so you will know when the next new episode is released from The Compressor Guru. God bless you and have a great day.